is Geeking for Everyone. On this video I'm gonna tell you about PS command. So the PS command, short from process status. This command is one of the most frequently used command in Linux. Usually it's used to get the more and detailed information about a specific process or all processes. For example, it's used to know whether a particular process is running or not, who is running that process, which process is using higher memory or CPU, and how long a process is running. And it's not just like that, it's many options there. So let's start and go into practical way of the PS command. Okay, PS command is syntax like that. PS, two letters, and then you can add and mention some options. We talk about options later. So, but you can use this command without any options. So press enter. As you can see, there is a kind of table and with 4 columns. So let's talk about each columns. First column, it's named PID, means process identifier. Process identifier process ID is a number identifying the process. Every process has a unique ID. There are no two processes for the same process ID. Second column is TTI. TTI refers to terminal that the process is running inside of. So next column is time, and this column, this time, refers to CPU time and how much time the process utilizing the CPU. The time is not related how much time the process has been running, but how much time the process has been seeking an attention of the CPU. So on the last one, column CMD, it's a command that is running as part of the process. So as you can see, like many lines inside the table, and each line refers for each process, actually in many processes there. And as you can see on the first line, there is a process with the process ID 79330 and TTY, which refers to terminal that this process is running inside of. It's a name of the TTY, and you see this, the time refers to CPU time, how much time the process utilizing the CPU. And on the last column there is a CMD, so it's a bash, or the command that is running as part of this process. So as you can see, there are many processes on my terminal session. But let's move ahead and talk about options of the PS command. But before we start talking about options, I want to let you know that there are different styles of options for the PS command. So first style is the unique style option, including dash before of the options. So syntax is like that. As you see, there is a dash which before the options. So next style is a BSD style. It's the difference is no dash, here. So it looks like that, syntax like that. So and another style we generally use is GNU style, which syntax is like that. Like that, you use a double dash here. So, but mostly on this command, uh, people and administrators use Unix and BSD styles. So let's go ahead and talk about options. So that to print all running processes in system, we can use one of the following commands. So let's start with the first command, ps-A. So press enter. So as you can see, there is like the same table with the same column, but too many processes inside. So that means you just ask to output all processes in the system. So the same command, the same output you can get with this option, lowercase e. So press enter, and on output you can see same information, same table. So actually the options A and E provide summarized overview of running processes. To print the detailed overview, we can use options lowercase f, means full format, and capital F, extra full format. So let's try them both. Okay. First one, lowercase f, press enter. As you can see, there is a table on the output with extra columns. And if we use capital F as option, it's more extra columns, you know, here on the table. Okay, to view the same output in BSD Unix style, you can use AUX options. Actually, PSAUX command is the most frequently used command by Unix administrators. Okay, let's talk about these options in detail. Firstly, A option, this option prints the running processes from all users. Okay, I just type it. So A means like all processes, all processes from all users. Second is U. This option shows user or owner column in output, and you can see who is the owner and of the process. So an X option print the processes those have not been executed from terminal. So if some option not executed from terminal, it's gonna be included in this table. You can see that. So let's talk about this command in detail. As I told you, the PSAUX command is the most frequently used command by Linux administrators. Let's run this command and see what is going to be on the output. Okay. As you can see here, there are many columns, and let's talk about each column. So first one is a user column. It's about user account under which this process is running. So as you see here, there are many processes which run by root user. So next column is the process ID, we mentioned it before. It's a process ID of the processes, you know, like this value is unique, as you see, you know. Then CPU in percentage, it's a CPU time used by this process, and then you see a memory and physical memory used by the process, you know. And all these values you can see in percentage, and it's really good for troubleshooting, you know. If you see there is a lot of memory or CPU uh, uh, taken by specific process, maybe this process slow down obviously your operational system or something like. Yeah, it's good information uh, for check, you know. So by the way, next one is VSZ, means virtual memory used by this process. Uh, yeah, really useful value and column as well. So next one is RSS, resident set size. It's a not swappable physical memory used by this process. So next is TTI. TTI is terminal from which this process is started. Actually, as you can see, there is a question mark everywhere. That means like all these processes were not run by terminal, you know. So next one is stat uh, stat column. Stat column is a process state, you know. We're gonna talk about little bit later. So in start time column means the starting time and date of this process. So in time, and it's a total CPU time used by this process, you know, by specific process. Um, Okay, let's talk about stat column because it's really useful and really interesting. Actually, you can check it on the internet or use a man command regarding PC command. So to check on detailed information about, you know, stat column. So I'm gonna say you like specific and like common uh, information about that. So first of all, as you can see, there are many different letters or signs. Not many, but you know, some. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what does mean capital S. Capital S means uninterruptible sleep, waiting for an event to complete. So usually it refers to daemons. A daemons is like process, you know, which are usually kind of sleeping, you know, but when get request, you know, then it's a wake up and interrupt and communicate and, you know, perform some actions. So uh, the same, you know, you can see regarding all processes with the capital S in the stat column. It refers processes like that. So next one is the lowercase s. Actually, it's a session leader. So many processes in Linux are parents. That means parents processes, they run another processes, and that another processes called child processes. So it's a connection between child and parent, you know, in Linux. So lowercase s means that it's a session leader. That means that it's a parent, you know, that this process is this process runs another process, or processes. Next one is the um, capital R. Maybe I can show you. Oh, so by the way, capital T means terminate or stopped by job control signal. So it's a terminating signal. So R, this R, R means capital R is a running or runnable. This is a running active process. So what else? X means that process, so we cannot see it here. But in advanced information, you can see using, for example, man command. You can read all about processes and detailed information about ps command. So okay, I think like there is all information about ps command. If you like this video, please just comment and subscribe for the channel. Thank you.